Welcome to biology class. Today we will study circulatory system in humans lesson 6. So this is a very important chapter and many key concepts are there. Today we will cover main parts of the circulatory system, components of blood cells and their functions, types of blood groups and types of blood vessels. So humans have a very well developed system whose function is to transport nutrients, gases, chemical substance, hormones within the body. So these things is done by the circulatory system. It is known as the circulatory system. In this chapter we will learn about the main parts of the circulatory system. Circulatory system in humans. The circulatory system in humans consists of blood, blood vessels, heart. Okay, blood and its components. So blood is a fluid connective tissue. The human body on an average has 4 to 6 liters of blood. So inside a human body, so there is 4 to 6 liters of blood is there. Blood is composed of plasma and blood corpuscles or blood cells. Okay, so see in the figure, these are the blood cells. So red one is RBC, white WBC. Okay, then plasma. The liquid part of the blood is called the plasma. It is a pale yellow in color, that is dull yellow. Plasma contains digested nutrients, waste products and other chemicals. The total volume of plasma in a normal average adult is about 2.5 to 3 liters. Okay, so you can see in blood 4 to 6 it contains plasma which is about 2.5 to 3 liters. Okay, then blood corpuscles. There are 3 types of blood vessels. Blood cells, which is also known as blood corpuscles. So it constitutes about 40 to 45% of the total blood. So these are RBC, WBC and blood platelets. Okay, RBC is known as red blood cells or erythrocytes, WBC white blood cells, leukocytes and blood platelets known as thrombocytes. So first one about red blood cell erythrocytes or RBC. So these are biconcave disc-shaped cells as if pressed from the sides. Okay, and unlike other cells, a mature RBC does not have any nucleus. Other cells have nucleus, but in RBC no nucleus is present. So you can see here diagram is there about RBC. So this is a disc like press. Okay, no nucleus is present. Then RBC produced in the bone marrow. The average lifespan is about 120 days. So till 120 days they used to survive. Then after that new RBC are formed. Then these are the most abundant components of blood. These are about 5 to 6 million RBCs in each cube of blood, millimeter cube of blood. Okay, which gets its color from them. Then these are red in color because of the presence of red colored iron containing protein called hemoglobin. Because of hemoglobin, RBC color is red. Then the hemoglobin carries oxygen in the pure blood from lungs to every cell in the body. Okay, next is the white blood cells, leukocytes or WBC. So these cells are larger than the RBCs and do not contain hemoglobin. So it is white in color. So they are colorless. WBC contain nuclei. See in the diagram. These are the WBC white blood cell. Okay, neutrophil, basophil, eosinophil, monocyte, lymphocyte. So all contains nucleus. They do not have raffinate shape and change their shape like an amoeba. Then WBC are produced in red bone marrow and lymph nodes. They have lifespan ranging from 12 hours to 12 days. Okay, but in RBC 120 days, here 12 hours to 12 days. Then their number is much less than RBC, that is about 4000 to 13000 per cube of blood. But here see 5 to 6 million in 1 cube of blood, but here see 4000 to 13000 per cube of blood. An abnormal increase in WBC count that is above 50,000 per mm cube indicates infection in the body. Okay. They play a vital role in protecting the body from infection by destroying germs and foreign bodies such as bacteria and viruses. The next one is the blood platelets or thrombocytes. These are colorless disc-shaped cells without nuclei. These also does not have nucleus. They are smaller than the RBC and the WBC. So here in the diagram you can see platelets. Okay, they are smaller than the RBC and WBC. Then they are produced in the bone marrow. They have a lifespan about 3 to 7 days. They prevent blood loss by forming clots over wounds and cuts. Okay, so these blood platelets help in clotting. Okay, when they prevent the blood loss by forming clots over wounds and the cuts. Then see functions of blood. First one is safe transportation of nutrients. Blood transport nutrients after digestion and absorption in small intestine to each cell of the body. Okay, this we have already studied in the digestive system. Okay, the transportation of respiratory gases. It transports oxygen from the lungs to body tissues and brings carbon dioxide from those tissues back to the lungs. Okay, already we have discussed it in the respiratory system in humans. Exchange of gases. Then transportation of waste products. Metabolic waste from all the cells are carried to the kidney by blood for the excretion through the formation of urine. The distribution of hormones. Chemical messengers called hormones are transported by the blood from the site of production to the target organs. Then protection of body. WBC protect the body from pathogens by destroying them. Then blood clotting. Platelets prevent blood loss by forming clots over wounds and cuts. Just now I said. The regulation of body temperature. It helps to keep the body temperature constant by distributing the heat produced in the tissues through circulation. Then salt and water balance. Blood also helps in maintaining the salt and water balance in the body. So these are the functions of the blood. Then types of blood groups. Okay, there are two types of blood group, ABO blood group and rhesus factor. So see, depending on the presence of proteins called antigens and antibodies, human blood is classified into 4 groups. First one, see, ABO blood groups. Antigens are proteins present on the surface of the WBCs, while antibodies are present in the plasma. There are 2 types of antigens, A and B, and 2 types of antibodies, A and B. So based on the presence or absence of specific antigens, human blood is classified into 4 groups. Okay, based on presence of antigens and presence and absence of antigens, they are again divided into 4 types, that is A, B, AB and O. So here in the table you can see, here these are the blood group A, B, AB, O, and here see antigen on RBC, A, B, A and B, and here no antigen. In O blood group no antigen is there. So antibody in plasma, in blood group A you will find B antibody, in B you will find A, and AB blood group no antibody is there, and in O A and B is present. Okay, so see, if antigen A is present in blood group, so antibody B is there. If B blood group B antigen, then A antibody, and AB A and B antigen found but no antibody, and in O no antigen and antibody A and B. So this you have to remember. Then see another one factor called the rhesus factor. Another antigen called the RH factor is found on the surface of the RBC. It was discovered first in the rhesus monkey. Okay, according to rhesus monkey, RH factor has been discovered. Then about 85% of people have RH factor. They are said to be RH positive, and the rest 15% do not have it. They are said to be RH negative. Now see blood vessels. Okay, blood is transported to all parts of the body through network of hollow tube called the blood vessels. There are 3 types of blood vessels, that is arteries, veins and capillaries. So see in the diagram you can see, this is artery, vein and capillary. These are the cross section. Okay, here you can see in figure 6.3 blood vessels. See this one artery, this one vein, and this one the capillaries. Artery carries pure blood, veins carry impure blood, so it is blue in color, and see the capillaries. Okay, so it connects arteries and veins. Then see first one, arteries. These are thick walled elastic muscular vessels that carry blood from the heart to different parts of the body. So see this one, artery. Okay, then artery carry pure blood rich in oxygen, except pulmonary artery, which carries impure blood to the lungs. So all the artery carries pure blood. Exceptional is the pulmonary artery. Its name is pulmonary artery, but it does not contain pure blood. It always contain impure blood. Okay, then so see thick walled, so the wall is thick. Okay, this one. Then see veins. They are thin vessels with valves. They carry blood towards the heart from different body parts. They carry impure blood except pulmonary vein, which brings pure blood from the lungs. So see, this is the diagram of a vein, and you see this is the thin wall. Okay, so they carry impure blood except pulmonary vein. All vein contains impure blood, but pulmonary vein is a vein, but it contains pure blood. Okay, which bring pure blood from the lungs. Pulmonary vein. Then is the capillary. So capillaries, these are fine blood vessels connecting arteries and with veins. The walls of capillaries are only one cell thick to enable the diffusion of oxygen, carbon dioxide and other materials into the cells. So one cell thick. So see in the diagram, this is a capillary diagram. Okay, so you can see here, this is the one cell lining. Okay, one cell lining. From here carbon dioxide and oxygen and other materials they used to get diffused. Okay, so today this much. Next class we will study about the human heart. So read the chapter. Thank you.